Hello, Julian Northbrook here from doingenglish.com. You're not going to be able to see this for much longer because the time is ticking, but I can't get the camera on there. Da-da-da-dam. And the light's gone off. I have finally, it's taken about 2.5 months to do it, but I have finally got back to the point where I can run 10 kilometers in less than an hour. Whew! At my absolute peak, when I was at my absolute running best, I was doing 10 kilometers in about 45 minutes. The best race I've done was a 20k, and I did that it was about 90 minutes, I think. And then I got out of practice. And when I came here last year, I would admit at my peak, when I say that, actually it's not really comparable because I was running on the flat streets of Tokyo, well paved, easy to run on. Not exactly the same as running out here in good old Ireland. But I got out of practice, and then last year I ran the marathon, and then I really got out of practice, and I kind of stopped running for about 6-7 months. And then I got back into it fairly recently, and it's taken 3 months to get back to my sub 1 hour 10 kilometer. But I have done it. Yay! Congratulations to me. Give me a big clap, pat on the back, all that good stuff. Thing is I need to be able to repeat that 4 times if I want to break the 4-hour marathon this time next month. So I've still got a little way to go. But the reason I'm here talking to you right now is because there is a good parallel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, for the English language. Speaking of the English language here, a lot of people worry that, say they live in an English-speaking country, say they are currently doing something in English, they're engaged in a big project in English, they're working in English, and something in their life is going to change, which means that they are not going to be in touch with English quite so much because of that. Now, they worry that they're going to somehow forget their English. First of all, environment is something that you've actually got to make yourself, and anybody can be in touch with English as much as they want to be in their day-to-day life via media, films, TV, YouTube, podcast, radio, all that good stuff. So really it's kind of almost a moot point in a way. But even if you were to completely 100% lose touch with the English language, become so ridiculously, hideously busy, or focus on something else, like myself in my life right now, I mean, language learning, the improvement of my Japanese as a second language, is certainly not a priority for me at the moment. I was kind of learning Taiwanese. I'm going to be perfectly honest and say I got almost nowhere with that because I hit PhD thesis and I pretty much just plowed all my time into that. I digress. But the point is even if you did get to the point where you are not in touch with the language at all, what will happen is you won't forget it per se. Research in psychology, psycholinguistics tells us that we never forget language that we've learned. But what will happen is it will kind of go to sleep. It will almost become deactivated. Essentially, your brain will say, we ain't using this at the moment, so let's clear it out the way so that it's not draining precious energy, resources, so that we can reallocate that to something else. So your English will kind of go to sleep. But it's like when you wake up from a deep sleep. When you then start using English again, you will feel slow and sluggish, like I do every single morning before I have my first 2 or 3 cups of coffee. And once you then get back into the swing of things, you get back in touch with English, you get using the language again, you get back into your study routine, it will wake right back up in no time. It's significantly faster and easier to wake a language up than it is to learn it in the first place. So worrying about forgetting your English once you've learned it you shouldn't worry. Worrying about it is a total waste of time. I mean, it's because you won't forget it, and reactivating a language that's gone to sleep is an absolute piece of cake. You do, of course, have to learn it properly in the first place to be able to wake it up, though. And on that, I can help you. Head over to doingenglish.com/free training. Check out my free training. I'll teach you the 5 key changes you need to make to your day-to-day English improvement routine to see the fastest results. Check it out. I'll see you on the other side. This is me, Julian Northbrook. I've got to get back to my run because the timer is still a ticking, and yeah, I haven't actually finished it. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, bye bye.